Hey everybody, welcome back to our Dungeons and Dragons game. I'm your host, the Dungeon Master, or DM for short, and the prologue to today's story is that Osler's body is found in the woods, but it's been too badly damaged by predators for anybody to be able to tell how he died. The plot is that Arthur, Baraduna, Cobort, and Taruko go to the Moathouse, where the drawbridge is badly damaged, and there's a giant frog waiting on them in the moat. The frog tries to snare the adventurers with its tongue. Arthur cuts the tongue off with Excalibur, a +5 lawful good sword of sharpness. Once the frog is dead, the adventurers enter the courtyard. In the southwest corner here is a tower that has partially caved in. In that, the adventurers fight and kill a huge spider. Then they head to the opposite corner of the courtyard, where they go up a staircase which leads to the house portion of the fortress. A careful examination of these steps reveals that some traffic, human, animal, and otherwise, came this way. The doors at the head of the stairs are broken, one flat on the floor and the other sundered. From there, the adventurers enter the Great Hall. This was once a great audience chamber, as shown by the tattered banners and tapestries on the walls, destroyed furniture, and heaps of rotting cloth thrown into the corners. Once richly appointed, it has been thoroughly searched, sacked, and despoiled. Leaves and dirt cover the floor, and cobwebs hang from walls and the ceiling above. Looking up, Arthur sees that the pieces of beams and chunks of stone poke through indicate that the upper stories of the place are totally destroyed and likely to be impassable to anything larger than a rat. From there, the adventurers enter a chamber that is floored in black flagstones and has ebon-colored wall hangings, now burnt and tattered, in addition to the jumbled wreckage noted. Holed up in this black chamber are 8 brigands and their leader. The brigands pitch bedrolls in odd corners, and the remains of fires can be noted in the northern fireplace. The brigands are not aware of the secret door that is in this room. The adventurers kill the brigands and afterwards search the room. Taruko finds the secret door and the stairs that lead down into the darkness below. Arthur suggests that they clear level 1 first so nobody sneaks up behind them. Everyone agrees and keeps going on this level. The adventurers explore the area and find a stairway that goes up, but after a few steps, the risers are covered with dust, crushed stone, broken wood, and burned heaps of cloth. At the landing, halfway up, they are completely choked with rubble, and it is impossible to clear the loose stone and huge wall section to allow passage. The entire upper floor is collapsed and ruined. The next room they find was once a conference chamber, but is now empty. Its dirt and wreckage show no signs of any recent occupant, though a couple of small rats are seen scurrying away. There is nothing of any value within except a very fine broadsword wedged behind a splintered wall case, the contents of which are long gone. The next room was once the quarters of a castle troop leader or some other petty official. This place is now a total wreck. The bed is chopped to pieces and the furniture is smashed or missing. The room after that was once very opulent, obviously a place of many expensive furnishings. The remaining bits and tatters still appear rich, though none are of value. The party investigates the room, and scores of bats flutter angrily around. In the confusion, Baraduna's light source is dropped and extinguished. Cobort and Taruko hit each other while swinging at bats. After that, the adventurers discovered the corner room. After one of their number was slain here weeks ago, the brigands gave this room and the entry corridor a wide berth. A giant snake over 12 feet long dwells here. It crawled up the rubble, spilled into the moat, and found a nice safe lair where it could hole up after hunting. In the litter of its nesting place is a jeweled dagger worth 850 gold pieces. Arthur is terrified of snakes, so he sits this one out. Cobort and Taruko seem confused as to how to proceed without Arthur being in front. So Baraduna kills the snake, trying to prove her love for Arthur. But Arthur, still rattled, says they're going to find a way to change Baraduna, the sorceress, back into Baradun, the sorcerer. And Baradun will be really angry if Arthur were to take advantage of him in his altered state. Baraduna says she doesn't want to be Baradun again. Arthur says he thinks the cursed item she's wearing is affecting her mind and she doesn't know it. While those two are talking, Taruko grabs the jeweled dagger that was in the giant snake's nest. After that, the adventurers hear the rustling and squeaking of a hungry horde of giant rats. These rodents live in a storeroom on the shelves along the walls, and some lurk around the staircase. They are hungry and attack without fear. The adventurers kill them, but everyone but Arthur gets bitten quite a few times. Arthur's scabbard makes his flesh so tough rats can't penetrate the skin. After that, the adventurers find a trophy room. Only a few mangy pelts, stuffed heads, and shattered antlers indicate the former status of this chamber. All worthwhile items have already been looted. Considerable time is spent searching the litter herein, but nothing of value is found. The next room was the domicile of the major domo of the castle, but is now stripped of everything, save broken and ruined furnishings. After that, the adventurers find the kitchen. The remains of moldering foodstuffs and kitchen work tables are visible. A wooden cask near the fireplace on the north wall looks inviting, but when Cobort approaches it, he is attacked by a giant tick. It hits Cobort, and he takes 1d4 points of damage from the initial bite and 1d6 damage per round thereafter from blood drain. The adventurers kill the tick, but find no treasure here. The next area the party discovers is the barracks. A giant lizard is in the south end of the room near an intact chest. Baraduna surprises everybody when she manages to tame the monster. Cobort and Taruko search the chest. It holds 33 copper pieces, a scale mail tunic, a light crossbow, and a case of 24 crossbow bolts. Taruko takes the bow and bolts, while Cobort pockets the copper pieces. Baraduna asks if these two ever plan on sharing anything at all. Cobort just grunts, finders keepers. The epilogue is that the adventuring party returns to Hamlet. They filled a wagon with stuff they're stealing from the Moathouse, and they are using the giant lizard to pull the wagon. Bodger, the town's blacksmith, comments that he likes their wagon and thinks it's cool they're using a giant lizard, but he says their transportation could be even cooler, so he basically offers to upgrade their ride. They agree, and he gets to work. The local authorities want to have a word with Arthur. He says he's in a hurry to get back to the Moathouse to explore the lower level. The authorities suspect him of killing Ostler Gundegut. They say that several people noticed Ostler was mad at Arthur, and that Arthur was hitting on Ostler's wife and daughters. Arthur says that's not true. I never hit on his wife. Nonetheless, they detain him for questioning. So that is the end of this part of the Temple of Elemental Evil. I hope that you enjoyed it. If so, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz, and we'll see you in the next one.